Yo, what up, guys? Fucking day 11, 12? 12.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
ups and downs.
Day was good and bad. Good and bad. Good shit. Bad shit. There's annoying shit. Shit that you should know. There's different teaching styles. different information from different instructors. Aggravates the fuck out of us because we learn one thing in one way and another thing in another way and then the same thing 3 different ways, and basically today I got all kinds of confused. So the marker I use for my offset backing is the landing gear because that's what I was taught to do, and the landing gear changed.
Keep in mind, this is what I was frustrated about the other day.
Right. This is what Mike was upset about, but he tends not to articulate things well.
Yeah, I usually just keep shit to myself.
Yeah.
But same exact issue he's about to explain is what I had.
It was pretty shitty. I was like, yeah, I got this. No problem. I'll fucking murder it. Because I was murdering it. I was like, beast with it. And then all of a sudden, my markers changed, which is the landing gear. So my 45 angle was off. Fucked everything up. Which I still kind of don't understand what happened. I understand my angles being off. I get that. But even when I fixed it and got it back, I lined up the tire with the middle cone line, and then cut it to the proper way, towards it, and then away. And somehow I still fucking fucked that up. And it's beyond me because that's the pivot point. That's the point in which your trailer turns on. And every time you line it up on that location and you turn it all the way towards the box and away from the box, that's it. Boom. It's in. Somehow I fucked that up. And it just kept, started second guessing myself left and right. And I was pretty upset. But I didn't take it out on the equipment or anything, or the truck, or I wasn't like, oh, it's because the landing gear, or it's because blah blah blah. I was like, no, I fucked up. I don't know what I'm doing clearly, or I'm looking at something wrong, or I'm doing something wrong. I'm like, I need to fix this. I need to fucking do this right. So I only got one try because it was raining and stuff, so I didn't even get to address the issue. But we rotated after that to the alley dock, destroyed it because it didn't rely on the landing gear. Relied on the back wheels of the trailer and the line and the pivot location there. So once I was able to line that up, I just got it in 3 out of 3, no problem. I did 1 pull-up one time, 2 pull-ups another time, and then the last time was 4 pull-ups. Didn't hit a single cone, didn't break any line, so that was good. I was fucking killing that shit. Yeah. So what were you doing, Mike?
For me, today we start out with the alley backing. Well, let's rephrase that. At the beginning of the day, we were driving, but we'll start at the end of the day first with the backing. We did. For me, I did alley backing first, and then offset. Alley backing, I definitely need work on still. I got better at it. And the same thing, I think I got 1, maybe 2 attempts. We had an extra person in our group that kind of increased the cycle.
And that was because a instructor didn't show up today. So it dispersed other group people.
Yeah.
And our class is overly loaded.
Yeah, we're already at max capacity. So, going into I'm getting better at the alley docking. I can see that. My problem now is, okay, so I was overshooting it, so I was going out of the far side. Now I am underdoing it. So now I know where my over range is, and I know my under range. So now next time I try it, I have a better understanding of where I need to do it at in between. So, and then the offset, I had to change my method because I also was using the landing gear previously. As I mentioned, I was annoyed the other day. Did terrible on offset. Then I was going by the landing gear. I'm pretty sure I had the same exact trailer that he has, or he used today.
Extremely frustrating.
Yeah. And so I have the way they teach you, I guess, is a demo, and they don't use a landing gear anymore, or they're not supposed to, as per the state. So I had to go back to the way the demo, which is a bit more complicated. If the landing gear was there, it'd be easier to use the landing gear, but you can't rely on it. The demo you can rely on because the cones aren't going to move. It deals with covering a cone like halfway and then straightening yourself out, and you should be in between two cones and you can just maneuver around it at a pivot point, kind of, or such like that. So I have that down now, so I feel confident in that. I passed my instructor given evaluation, which really means nothing. It just means
like you would have passed regular evaluation.
Right. Pretty much it means for him, yeah, you would have passed regular evaluation, but now he feels comfortable having an evaluator or examiner evaluate me for that, and the PTI and the LABs and CAB, etc. So now, at my driving, he said I passed the evaluation for that. So the only thing left is my alley docking, and I should be able to do that on Tuesday. I like the cycle thing they did though today.
Yeah,
Half of it.
I like that. Do you like how I brought that up this morning?
Right, yeah.
I was like, hey guys, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just rotate people?
Right, dude.
And they're like, no. And then they were thinking about it, and they're like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
we should do that.
Yeah,
so they're like, yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. Let's get that shit in there.
I liked it. I mean, it took, if anything, it took maybe 10 minutes of our time because I had to switch trucks around and stuff. But,
whatever. It was good.
I was willing to wait because
I think that's better.
I had to work on both, you know. It was very limited on both, but...
It was like 1 or 2 attempts on both.
Right. So.
I actually got 3 in. Depends how good your team is and how many people you have and how quick they'd go.
Right.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah, you can get a couple in.
You know, so the backing was good for me, bad for him today. And then when we switched to me doing offset, it was good for me and then good for him. Pretty much I was bad on alley, he was bad on offset. Vice versa.
It's alright though. Because then when we're teaming,
right,
I'm good on alley.
Right. Something needs to be done.
There you go. Boom, boom. That's why teams are good.
Yep.
And plus, it's like, what the fuck's it matter, dude? You know, if I'm backing up, like, yo, Mike, get out. We'll cover my blind side.
Right.
We'll be on like walkie-talkies or on phones or something.
Yep.
Have it on speaker or Bluetooth, whatever, you know.
Yep.
Simple as that. But driving was fun today. I drove first. Yeah, it was fun. I went around all over the fucking place.
Was it today or yesterday that you hit the curb? I think it was yesterday, right?
Yesterday. I didn't hit any curves.
No, it was Johnny who messed up.
Johnny fucked up hard today. He would have failed 5 times today. Fucking blew a red light, stopped on the crosswalks, went on the freaking grass to the trailer. Yeah, dude. All over the fucking place. Crazy. Right. But anyways, mine was really well done. I addressed the issue with the trailer when I went on the sidewalk the other day. I went up and cut it. It went to the second lane and then came back in to the right lane. And because I saw myself clear the initial part of the curve.
Right.
And then I just came in too early because I thought I cleared it, and it caught the end part of the curve. Oh my god, you motherfucker. And what Scott actually helped me with was when you go into the second lane, you go in there for like 3 seconds, and then you come out.
Yeah, I like Scott.
Yeah, so that was good. I was like, oh. So he told me that at first, and then I I did it on my own. He's like, alright, cool, so it's like the same corner.
Right.
I'm like, alright, got this. Did that shit, no problem. Boom. He's like, good job. and then there was like this big fucking curves that come in, like, almost like come in on itself like that. So I just think shit like wide as fuck. Like why does that can go? Because like the thing is like you can't invade anyone's lane, right? And you can't go over the white dotted line in the turning lane. So what do? You just go wide as fuck and don't touch anything. Don't fucking hit a curb and don't hit cars and don't go into another car's lane.
Yep.
That's it. Just go as wide as you can. And if you fucking like hit a line or something like on your trailer, it's like, well, that went as wide as I possibly could. So if I hit something, hey, that's what it is.
Right.
Not gonna go any wider. So that's what I do, and it works. So fuck it. That's what I'm gonna do on the exams too.
Yeah.
Just wide as fuck. If they have any issue with it, tell them go fuck themselves.
Yep.
So it's like, bro, how else you just want me to do wider? Some like left-hand turns, you gotta go like up straight as you can, and then like go like a 45 to kind of bring the trailer up with you.
Right.
And then come up around like near the curb and pull it through. But it just depends on the intersection. It's like if it's elongated. Yeah. Well, how's your driving?
That's good. It's good. The only constructive criticism that they were able to provide, or Robert was able to provide, was I kept popping the clutch again. Like what I do is when I downshift, I'm downshifting fine. I'm getting into the gear fine.
Yeah.
I'm releasing the clutch too fast rather than gradual.
I barely touched it.
Yeah, so he told me...
sometimes I don't even fucking clutch.
Right.
I just like I'm
now, if you had the white truck, you would have to clutch every fucking time.
Right.
So, but for what he told me to do is pretty much until I am completely done shifting, don't take my foot off of the clutch. Like, don't press it in, but with the pad of the clutch, like, don't push it in, but be touching it, and it helps me, like, if I keep that in mind, not to take my foot off until I'm completely done.
So you're like booming, like you're moving your foot.
Yeah, I do.
So that's just letting it
Clutch,
fly
neutral,
up.
stop, clutch, or clutch gear, and then like remove my foot completely, and it just pops up. Like I tried to stop doing that, and I kept doing that. And then he told me just leave my foot there until I finish the whole gear change, and then leave it there for just a second, and like that second I need to gradually bring up my foot. So
yeah, he was saying I let the RPMs go too low and downshift.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
That's
like,
what it was today.
I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, I drop it at 800.
Right.
I go at 800 and I downshift.
I think it's
My downshifts are fucking beautiful. They like purr, like, and then right into gear.
Right.
It's fucking beautiful. I'm like, well, what more do you want? Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not changing my downshift. I like it. It works. It's good.
Right.
It doesn't make shit. I don't grind gears. I don't like any fucking noise. It just doesn't sound like the engine's exploding when I fucking rev. You know, because some people they're downshifting at like 1,000. You know, and then they
well,
fucking
that's what I
rev
do.
it to like 15, 16,
Yep.
and I'm like, bro, you're at the high end of your gear. They're like that next gear, that you say you go to like 7th to 6th, right? And you go 7th and 1,000, so you're probably going, I don't know, 20 miles an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you rev up to 1,500, go to 6, you're going fucking ham. The turbo spooling, if you look at the PSI, if you have one of those meters, you can see the turbo spooling. The turbo's fucking spooled up. Why? Why do you need a downshift and have your turbo fully spooled? Answer that. Like, that's how I was like, bro, the PSI is like sky high right now.
Right.
Yeah, that's why you should bring the RPMs low.
Yep.
And I was just like, whatever, dude. I'm like, I'm doing me. It doesn't fucking have any problems. There's no issues. I'm like, you're just complaining about low RPMs.
Alright, it's nothing. You want to get points taken off for that. So.
No, you wouldn't.
Right.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I think that is preference.
Yeah. I think there's things that they're looking for specifically.
Right.
Like each instructor probably looks at like certain things You know?
Like that's their knack.
Yeah, like what they do or something. And I'm like, well, I don't give a fuck. I know I shift well. I shift good. Like, I shift so well. So sometimes, like, I notice I haven't even hit the clutch. And it goes. And I'll do, like, a leg feint. And I'm just like... I'm doing, like, a... hitting the air. And it looks like I'm doing it. But it's like I'm just hitting that playroom. But it's just like... Boop, 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 boop. And I'm just like, damn. Yeah, and it's good. And sometimes it goes in so smooth. Like, I don't think it went in the gear. I'm like, is it in? I'm like, oh, okay, fuck. Like, I guess those are like the perfect shifts or something.
Really?
What? What are you looking at?
The road? What else would it be?
I don't know. I thought you were looking over here. No. I thought you were looking for birds. Like, bird. Good joke.
I just check my mirrors like I'm supposed to, and...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every shift. So here, listen to this, guys. Okay. We're supposed to do like mirror checks, right? 8 to 10 second mirror checks. I get that. That makes sense to me, okay? Every time you shift, you have to check your mirrors, okay?
If you haven't driven the trucks yet, from 0 to 20, you're shifting 7 times. 20 miles an hour. You're shifting 7 times, roughly.
Ready for this, guys? So those shifts back and forth, you're looking at mirrors each time, okay? Then, before the intersection, during the intersection, and after the intersection. Crosswalks, bike lanes, train lanes, and before you approach like a red light, or not red light, an intersection's solid white line, you have to get off the accelerator and cover the brakes. And the same thing with the train tracks. You have to cover the brakes.
I never heard that.
Yeah. And I'm like...
Approaching an intersection?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. But once
Train
you get into the
I
solid
know,
line, once you get into the solid line, then you know you're good. Unless you're going like 15 miles on the speed limit or 10 miles on the speed limit. Things like that. Mike's trying to peel out.
No, I'm just trying to hit the gas and not even fly it.
Gas pedal.
But pretty much, so if you do it correctly, you're going to be...
Exactly.
The entire time you're driving.
What is that? What is that?
Bobblehead?
No, what is that? Star Wars.
I don't know, I never seen Star Wars.
Wookiee, Jar Jar Binks, no. You know, the huts, the big huts, like slug-looking things? No, you didn't see those?
Never seen Star Wars.
Bro. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's like these big fucking slug things. And like, and they're fucking slimes coming over here. But yeah, you're pretty much like that all the time. And I'm like, boom, boom, boom. So you got shifting every 8 seconds, intersections, crosswalks, bike paths, bike, whatever the fuck it's called. Then you have to look out for hazards. You got to do it at the trains as well. It's a lot. It doesn't make sense. Because I'm like, I'm looking at my mirrors more than I'm looking in front of me. I'm driving forward.
Right.
And they're like, well, it creates a protective bubble around you. I'm like, I can't see behind me. I can barely see my sides. Like, you can only see like a little bit off your sides, guys.
Right.
You know? It's not like you see like all this land, you know? I was like, I'm like, how does it create a protective bubble? Like, the bubble is it. Like, here's the truck, okay? Here's my bubble. Like, I can see the cone of visibility in front of me, see out the window here, and then all this area, like here and here, isn't visible. Behind me isn't visible. I'm like, what are you talking about, this bubble? Like, this bubble is like thin as fuck on the sides, non-existent in the rear, and probably like a semicircle in the middle, in the front cab. I'm just like, you're crazy. And they're like, yeah, it's a cone of safety, your bubble, safety bubble. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, do you guys pay attention to what the fuck you like talk and you say?
Right.
It just aggravates me. Oh, yeah, and apparently you're not supposed to do that. So how it was yellow and then you accelerate?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, you can't accelerate. I'm like, so if you obstruct traffic, automatic failure. But you can't accelerate through an intersection.
Alright.
And if you stop too fast and stop, you could potentially, especially now since it's raining, you could potentially, your trailer can slide out and fucking hit a car or something or kill someone.
Yep.
And you can't stop on a fucking crosswalk because it'll automatic failure. And I'm like, okay, so you were like, there's like fucking, there's spots in there, like today where Johnny fucking failed, where he was like 3 cars back. He was in third, shifted to fourth, shifted to fifth. He was over the crosswalk. It was like right at the crosswalk, I think. The light turned yellow, and he like got nervous. He was about to brake, and I was like, "Just keep going, dude." And he just kept going because if he stopped, it would have been stopped on the crosswalk, which is a failure.
Right.
But he would have failed anyway because apparently, like, he would have ran a red light because it doesn't count from where the truck is, the tractor, where the tractor is. It's like where your trailer is, like where that initiates, I guess, the intersection. Yeah. So I'm just like, even if you're past, you know, like your tractor's past the fucking crosswalk, and it's like, oh no, you still ran a red light. And it's like, what do you mean I ran a red light? You know, they should give you fucking more time then. They shouldn't have like these 2-second fucking lights. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. There should be like a minimum time limit of lights. Because, I mean, that would just make sense. Like, okay, was it like 14 seconds or something for the intersection? I don't know. Let's say 10 seconds.
Okay.
So it should be like, say, a minimum of. Well, it depends on speed. Okay. So if it's a 40-mile-an-hour zone, the yellow light's gonna be 4 seconds. Okay. So you take that. The green light should be a minimum of 10 seconds. And that will give you that 14-second window to make your turn. Problem solved. DOT. Fucking watch this video. Pay attention to shit. Dumbasses.
Yep.
But other than that, that was pretty much our day, man.
Yeah. It was good.
Stuff, fun stuff.
Pretty much the same thing for the rest of that we had for the week. As we mentioned, I think on Monday we were probably going to do this all week.
Yep.
Or Tuesday. But just back and forth on and I think that's how it's going to be next week too, except I think we'll probably be back in the yard in the morning, driving in the afternoon.
I don't know.
Because Class 19 all this week was in the yard in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was crazy, man.
Yeah.
What,
we have a 2-day weekend due to the holiday,
yep.
so we do not go there.
Monday.
We are actually going out to go get steaks. So, I say until next time. Tuesday.
Steak.
Fucking
See ya.
Alright, bye.